Okay. Well, let's turn that off. Okay, now, as near as I can tell, everybody except me, for some reason, I can't, I'm logged in even. But I'm Mark Black. This is Mark Teaches Music. This is Dallas Music Lessons. This is Promethean Studios. Good Lord, this is probably, you know, three or four other companies I don't even know about. But this is the winter music seminars. This seminar is about improvisation, and it's called Master These Simple Improvisational Tools and Your Skills Soar Step by Step. Oh, yes, it is. Name that. So, welcome. And listen, you could be on Zoom, you could be on YouTube, and, you know, you could be asleep in bed for all I know. And I am trying so hard to make this thing function. I'm talking about, I see myself in three different pictures, but the one that's coming straight from YouTube, I don't see anything. So, I mean, I see a picture of the previous seminar, and I don't really understand why. Let's see if I can somehow, yeah, there we go. All right, look at that. I just don't know nothing about machinery. My mama never taught me. Okay, so anyway, so what we're going to do today is we're going to look at uh, the try not to get bogged down in scales. Although we're going to look at some scales, which is just scales. I mean, it's just the major scale, pentatonic, and blues scale. That's it, nothing else. And so I'm saying that it's not like we're going to, you know, oh my God, you know, the, you know, double Phrygian or whatever. Hello, Carrie Black. And but what I'm saying is before at different times done this get not me specifically, but the issue gets bogged down in all these getting people to get notes and notes right and stuff, and so it's a little bit confusing or not confusing, kind of dumbs down. So basically, this this is a generalized improvisation seminar. And so the deal is now, in terms of what I teach woodwinds, and I teach fretted strings, and I teach piano. And the deal is in learning how to improvise, those instruments would have two primary different ways of learning how to improvise, or to play for that matter. But so the bass, the mandolin, the ukulele, the guitar, they could use notes, like I'm playing an A, I'm playing a C, whatever, but they would tend to be like, oh, I am playing a shape. I'm holding my hand like this. Somebody told me it was a C. I suppose there's the notes for a C in there. I don't know. I just hold my hand like this and says, I'll make it a C7. And so I put my little finger down, you know, like that. Or play a minor blues pattern. So I go 1 4 1 2 3 1 3 1 3 1 3 4 1, you know, like that. Like that's fingers. And yes, if I become a better musician, I learn what those notes are, but I don't. My access point is the physicalness of it. Then there's instruments like any of the orchestral, actually unfretted strings. The orchestral strings could learn the physical way and not learn the notes until it's sideways, but you can't when you have a written part. So anyway, but the orchestral winds, or you could say concert band, trumpets, flute, sax, oboe, bassoon, trombone, tuba, they are in piano. They are going to have to learn by notes, and the reason is on most of those instruments, there's several reasons. One is that, you know, demanded to play a part. I don't want to know what you feel. You know, you just all you guys got to play this, so it's all written together. Another reason is, like, for example, on the saxophone and the flute, the oboe, the bassoon, each fingering, each note has a completely different fingering or very different fingerings, and so your quickest way to organize it and figure out what to do is, well, it's this set of notes. This is an E, and E's like this, you know. It's not like a dot, and this is a dot, and they're all dots, you know. It's like, well, this is a certain group of fingering. So anyway, we turn to learn notes on those guys from notes with those guys, and with the other guys we learn physical. So that complicates our learning. And so if you've got an instrument with you and you're ready to play, if you've got an instrument and you can play, you should have it out. As we talk about things, you just play through the things real quick. And we try to get those to work together. So I would recommend that to you, to get your instrument and be ready to play on that sucker. And that'll make it more real to you. Now, anyone can improvise. Anyone can improvise right now. I don't, this one weird trick. Nope. If they could just relax, if you could just relax and listen to what's in your ear, in your heart. But different people say it's in my mind, it's in my ear, it's in my heart. There's sounds there. When somebody plays something, here's something. Let's play something. And let me not play something from this. It's kind of hard to know what the evil stealer of life people will do. And that's, what is that? Here we go. Let's get out of that and go back to this. So like we're listening to, let's just pick, let's pick this. So I'm listening to this and I'm thinking, now if I was, again, this is country. Let's see how loud it is. Needs to be a little louder, I think. Check, check. Yeah. So my point there is, I'm thinking something. I'm thinking something, and a lot of times, of course, we think of things that we can't quite play, so we can slow them down. I'm saying if everybody could slow down and not feel pressure to go fast, then you could play something right now. Now, your favorite musicians and aggressive people, let's try that, just another feel. Your favorite aggressive musicians, if you listen to them, not when I say enough, I just mean a good amount. Oh yeah, now we're getting down. But if you listen to your favorite musicians frequently, they'll go, wah. Their great solo might be, I forget what key this is in. That isn't it. I haven't played this today. Oh no. I'm just saying that's slow. Also saying I probably should have played this a little more today. What I'm saying is your favorite musician, tons of times, will play stuff that's a lot slower, and you could play. It's just that he's cool. No. He is willing to go the emotional distance. No, he is like willing to do things that are more dramatic, less formulaic. And he does have a big top end too. Once he can go really fast. But then, if you can imagine that, let's get that right. There we go. This is really fast. Now I can't do it because this is really fast and slow. So he can do that and put tension. So we want to get to those things today, not just a bunch of notes. What are your notes? So anyway, you could play a great solo right now if you could just get yourself to slow down and to hear things that you might like to hear. Okay. So now. So we want to skip over here to these scales. Let's look at this. And again, I'm trying my best with all these different instruments and people that I love and want to do well on these different instruments. And they would have different ways of accessing these things. So this is an F major scale for a flute, sax, now we're getting in transpositions, for a trombone. These are the notes for a piano player, and 7 notes in that scale. And then this pattern, if I was on the guitar, I would be playing this pattern in the key of F. I'm going to pick the first major pattern, this top pattern, this one right here. And that would be a major scale. I'm going to let you see that just if you're playing. And I'm just going to get you to see my, let's see, I don't want to move that. I'm going to do it like this. So I'd have to play for the key of F. This is why you learn multiple patterns. It would be way up here. So anyway, I shouldn't get a lot into that today because, my gosh, this is all like a lifetime of things we're kind of looking at. So a major scale, ba 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 ba. Now a major scale, it's got 7 notes. It is got the most choices because it's got all of the it's got all 7 notes. It's not skipping any, no skips. It's all steps, and it can be the most expressive, and it can also be the most boring because it's like a guy who talks too much. He just talks and talks, and it's every single thing, and he doesn't do anything dramatic. He doesn't move his hands. He doesn't talk loud. It's just it can be that way. So it takes a little, and it also sounds sophisticated, sounds thoughty. And so a bunch of our music is not thoughty at all. It's not about being smart, and we're not really trying to get to that. So what I'm getting at in saying all that is to say that that's a characteristic of the major scale. Now, if we picked a solo a song to ad-lib to with that, I'm going to grab a flute and I wanted to do something very basic here, but let's do this. That's not right. That's right there. Oh my gosh, look at that. And just by the way, different instruments don't fit with different things. So let's look at this. We may come back to some of these, but let's see what this sounds like here. It sets us in B flat. So I'm going to use the major. I'm hoping I can use the major scale. I can. It's just, will it sound good? Well, that is not it yet. This is not actually the time I would have voted for my sound player to stop. Ah, there we go. Let's see how loud this is. I don't remember this. Yeah. Here's the scale. Should have played this today. I'm skipping notes now. The first part was a lot of just right up and down the scale, trying to make the point of it, what the notes are. Here's the straight scale. So that's the sound. All the notes are there. Now, let me stick with that for a minute. And again, well, that's these instruments. It showed what the guitar would look like. Let's just take a listen to that. Same exacts, just a scale. This song is in B flat. Now, the notes of the B flat scale. This would be better for the guitar because it's only on the 6th fret. This is the same patterns in front of you there. And I'm just gonna, you're not gonna be able, I'm not even trying to let you see me because it's a great secret. No, I'm not even trying to let you see me because that's not the point. for you to see what I can do or see what's done. It's for you to understand what's done. We're using the first major pattern that's right there in front of you, and I'll send it to you too. And then I just want to hear how the major scale sounds, and I'm going to try to get off this fairly quickly. Here it is. So I'm skipping, but let me not skip. So there I am, walking up and down, and you notice this song sounds a little bit earnest, frank and earnest. It sounds a little bit earnest, and so the acoustic guitar by itself sounds like you know, even though it's a kind of a poppy, but the chords and stuff, and the flute sounded good too, and then all these instruments that I have here today that I would use will sound that way. So anyway, there's our major scale. So now the pentatonic scale is like unto it, and I'm shrank that up. And the pentatonic scale is so nice. Look at it, came up there. It leaves out the 4th and 7th notes. So that would sound like this on the guitar. Oh. And let's go on, and here comes that pattern right there. Let's leave it big for a second. And I'm gonna have to make it smaller just because I see that you can't see it. There it is. So I'm doing the first major pattern. Now, everybody in the guitar centers of America right now, there's 100 people using the bottom pattern, the 6th pentatonic pattern. So here I am, the first major pattern on the 6th fret. But if I were to, in a guitar center right now, there's 100 people playing the 6th pentatonic pattern, which is the lower pattern there, which is, I'm going to put my little finger here, which is 1 4 1 3 1 3 1 3 1 4 1 4. Now offhand by itself that pattern sounds a minor, but the music that's behind the pattern now is in B flat. So it's going to, in other words, it sounds like it's in F minor, this note, the lower, which is the relative minor, meaning it's a minor scale that uses the same exact notes. But this song's in B flat, and this is the, any pentatonic pattern and blues pattern is in major or minor, the same relative major or minor key that is. So this is in G minor or B flat major, depending on what's behind it. Since what's behind it is B flat major, this is going to come out as B flat major, and here it comes. Now again, I'm skipping around, I'm making more music. Let me just play the pattern. Go back to the flauto and do the same thing. I'm just pulling out, here's the scale. Let me pull out the 4th note and the 7th note. Let me get this. And that is just going down the scale. Shouldn't have done that because it hadn't a note. All right, so right at the moment, all I'm trying to do is establish the scales we have to work with. And just for all you, what about Mixolydian? What about Phrygian? You know, the major scale contains all those modes. And yes, for example, if I start, this is an F scale we got on our sheet here. So if I started, use those notes that are F scale up there at the top list. I started that on a G. I would get Dorian minor if I had, but it would only sound like Dorian minor if I had a G minor chord behind me. So here this was on, here's those notes starting on G. And if I started those notes on a C, I would have C mixolydian. So the major scale contains the modes, which would be another 6 interesting sounds we could have. But we can, I'm saying we're going to start with 3 that would be probably 80 to 90% of all the solos you've heard in your whole life, depending on what kind of music you listen to. And so then if we add to the pentatonic pattern, we add a lowered 3rd scale degree. So we take the 1, the 2, we leave in the 3, but we add its lowered version. We get a blues scale. And in this case, it's a major blues scale. It would sound like this. And that was in F. And I'm going to play it in B flat, our sound over here with our track. So now that the pentatonic, let's talk about that in a minute. The pentatonic here is clean. It's got skips in it. Skips are interesting. Steps are interesting and exciting. And then steps are glue holding things together, but they can be boring because he just walked up. And so you skip, you go, oh, he skipped. But you're just playing the scale. The scale skips. So the pentatonic scale skips 2 times. It skips from A to C in this case, or the 1 to the 5. I'm sorry, the 3 to the 5, and it skips from the 6 to the 1. So it has 2 skips in it, 2 exciting places without doing anything. So the soloing of the last 60 years, even in jazz, but more so in all pop, is centered around the pentatonic scale. And there's thousands of articles how to quit playing, how to get beyond pentatonics, which is really good as long as you can use the pentatonic. So now, but we put a blue note in there, and here's this sound. There's the blue note. It's a dissonance, right? So the blues scale, and this is, you could expand on it or not, but in its most basic form, the blues scale would be 1, 3, oh, I'm sorry, 1, 2, lowered 3, 3, 5, and 6 of any scale, major scale. And that sounds slinky. Now I'm going to go to the key of F here. So it sounds so it sounds slinky, it sounds like you're kind of messing with somebody. And let's listen to it in a song. Here's this song. B flat. Just play the scale straight. Now, the blue note is a dissonance, meaning as soon as you decide I'm not leaving it, you will not like it anymore. Right about there, you start going, what's that guy doing? He's never leaving that. So I'm saying the blue note is a dissonance. It's leading us someplace. So if I let it go, so then it sounds like, oh, that's cool. He did something with it. He moved with it. He let it go. He didn't freeze it. And now let's go back to the guitarra. And this was our pentatonic pattern. Here it is. It was this. Now we had that blue note. There's. If I sit on it, right about there, you start going. Let it go. note. So, those three scales the major, the pentatonic, and the blues scale, which are in front of you there. Oh, I need to get this on my little diagram. Here's the blues for, and you know the bass would be just the first four strings of that, and the ukulele would be the top four strings of that. So anyway, so those are the three scales that we would do most of our ad-libbing with, and I'm talking to the average group. If you love jazz, I love jazz, then you need other scales. If you love classical music, first off, you probably are just playing what's on the page. But if you're a composer or you want to write stuff, then yes, you would have more leeway, as in because the way we play, the scales we use, the chords we use are all flavors and feelings, and sometimes so you know, the disdain that's heaped upon country people, country music, you know, from classical people or people who think they're smart, you know, well, it goes the same way from the country people for the classical people, like stuck up, you know. What I'm saying is that those are moods that music is played, and people go like, some smaller section goes like, I like this, oh yeah, I like it all. But more often, people are like, oh, I don't like that, you know, because you mixed, sort of like you mixed, you know, cinnamon and cilantro. And I'm sure people have done that, but I'm trying to make a point here. All right, so now, if we take this scale and we start it not on its one, but we start it on its sixth note, that is the relative minor. So we'd like to get, got to get twice as much effectiveness out of half as much work, or double effectiveness. And so we're not going to learn a new scale to play in D minor. We're just going to take the notes of the F scale, and we're going to take that D, we're going to put it at the end. Boop. It says there's the notes of the F scale, but we're starting on a D. And here was, I don't know if I have any songs that are sitting here in F. That would be nice. Oh, that says that's an F. Look at that. I wonder if it is. Actually, this is, there we go. Good. Okay, now, before I play this, here's this scale that I just got through saying. So here's the F scale. Right? But start it on a D. Notice it sounds minor. It sounds sad. Here, let me play the sixth major scale, but I'm starting on the sixth note. So this is the F major scale. I'll play it way up here, but I'm going to start on the D. Notice it sounds sad. Oh my God, it's so important and sad and dripping. So, so I'm saying we can leverage the fact that we know that if we start a major scale on its sixth note, that is its relative minor. That's a minor scale starting on that note, the sixth note of the scale. It's called a relative minor. So now right here, I didn't try to play the whole minor scale. I could have, and just trying to get you to the minor pentatonic. You see that's the same notes right here. These are the same notes as this, same pitches. It's just that now we're starting on C. We're focused on the D, is the way we look at it. And I do the same thing for the blues. And let's add in the blues, and there comes our blue note. Bang. Now, huzzah, we've got a minor. So we got a minor pentatonic. Here's the guitar. Sorry. And add the blue note. Yeah. Again, there's 100 people playing that in guitar centers around America at this moment. And here's the sound on the flute. I would grab this sax. There's a saxophone over here too, but I have to transpose, which I can do, but I don't want to confuse you guys, or not because you're easily confused. No. Okay, so anyway, here we go. Here it is. No, where am I? Oh yeah. That's the scale. And here's the blue note. Okay, so that's the notes that are written right there. And here's our song in the key of F, but because the scale behind it is, the chord behind this scale I'm fixing to play is F major, so major, it's not going to sound minor at all. I'm starting on the D, so it should sound sad. But it didn't. I'm leaving out all kind of notes I want to play because I really want to play more or less. And what we would end up with, what we want to end up with, is we're mixing up these scales. We're mixing them all together. It's not like do this and this or that. So what I'm letting you hear is, I'm playing. You can call it the F blues scale. You can call it the D minor blues scale. If I'm not dumb enough, but not aware enough that I'm playing the D minor in F, you can tell the song sounds happy, right? It sounds fun and because the music does. And again, I'm doing a lot of things I don't really want to do. What I'm saying is other things that are occurring to me, and it's just fine. I'm just thinking about other things that I would have liked to play, but I'm trying to stick on this scale and not mix up. So that was using the blue note just about every choice. So I just want you to notice these all have sounds. They all have characteristics. Now, let's see. I don't think this one. I'm going to move this. So I'm just saying what the names of these things are. The major scale with 7 notes, the major pentatonic with 5 notes, and the major blues scale has got 6 notes. Then we have the minor pentatonic with 5 notes, and we have the minor blues scale with 5 notes. And let's see if I have anything else here. Now we're fixing to talk about major over minor, and that did not. Oh, that's okay. We'll do that. So here's the D major. Oh, look at that, 2 D's there. Anyway, the D major scale. Let's just see. What is it? Yeah. I know what I was trying to show you guys. I don't see this. Okay, cool. Well, I might could do with this little song here. So, oh, I got it over here now. I'm looking for something I can't find, which makes it hard to find. There it is. Okay. Oh. Oh, there it is. Oh, still there. It's in the correct place. I know you're all wondering what's going on. All right, let's go back. Okay, now, so here is my little, this is not going to change keys. A little bit different. Now, this song is using that scale. Well, let me go back to this. Here's a song in F. It's not, this has 1 chord. So here's my F, here's that chord. Sorry, added a little note I didn't mean to have in there. Let's turn this down. And now let's just go over to the guitar. I have an electric guitar here behind me. It's just, you know, here it is, same thing. And I'm going to do is a minor starting on the D. But the ear just turns that note at the D. It just says, hey, you should get off of that sometime soon. Doesn't say it's wrong. It doesn't identify it as a minor sound. It just says this is one of the notes of the G scale. I mean the F scale, which is what it is. But this song is in D minor. Now I'm going to play. Wait. Don't you start playing. So I was doing this. That's an F. So once you say your ear organized those sounds, I said, oh baby, you're in F. So now, even though I started on D, now I'm going to actually play a song that is in D minors, playing D minors, and I play the same thing. It's going to sound like, oh yeah. Yeah. And let's play it in that blue note, which is an F natural. On this instrument, on these fretted instruments, I can bend up to it, which on these other instruments, like the flute or the saxophone or the trumpet, I can slur up to them. Depending on the instrument, I can make a slide like that, or do like that. But anyway, notice this sounds sad. That is just the pentatonic scale, the same one you're looking at, D minor, and this is on a guitar, of course. The same notes, and now I'm playing a minor scale. There's minor chords behind me, and so it sounds sad. Noticed a minute ago, and I'm trying to get to three main kinds of songs in your ad-libbing. So there's the three primary kinds of songs are good ones, bad ones, and indifferent ones. Nope, that's not it. No, there are major solo. And we're talking about improvising. Major solo over major chords, minor solo over minor chords. And that's kind of what we expect. Yeah, of course, that song's in a major key, this song's in a minor key. But a bunch of songs are in, can be a minor solo over major chords. And that would be, my friend, I'm just going to grab a bass here just to be different. Bass is just, and this is a micro bass, thank you, delete, because of, I've got tendonitis in my hands. It's been hurting me recently. So anyway, so I got this little bass. It's helping my forearms not hurt. But here we are, and just say to the bassists sort of have a, I don't mean this negative there, but they have a stereotype, we could say, of, you know, really coming from the upright bass of what are they trying to sound like, what is it supposed to sound like, what they do, and so what am I trying to get at? I think I'm just trying to get at that I'm going to solo like a normal person. I'm going to solo. Get bassists would say, "Hey, solo like a guitarist." So again, by degrees in the oboe though, so you can't. I don't know if you can put me in that box quite. So anyway, let's move this a little bit too. I don't think I like that. Let's switch over. Yeah, let's grab that. And probably messed up a bunch of other things. All right, I want you to see a little bit of the way this. All right. So anyway, now, so here we are Minor, this is a minor song. Here's my scale. Where am I? I'll turn it down some more. And I'm up here on the 10th fret, using that 6th pentatonic and the 6th blues. Now, so I'll just a little second just establish minor solo, minor chords. Okay. But there's another kind of song that we have minor solo over a major chord or a major over a major chord. So here we are. This is a blues or bluesy, blues-based rock, blues jazz, all kind of things. And here, this is a D7, dominant 7 chord. So here it is D. What scale are we going to use? We could use the D minor scale. Check it out. Well, let's go with the D major first. Let's do the D major blues scale. So here is D major over D major chords. So that would sound like this. Hear that? That's my blue note. Okay, I'm fixing to get rid of this because I think it's too deep. I got a little edge. So that's that blues scale. D major blues scale over D major chords. And it sounds kind of happy, right? It sounds like we're happy, you know? Like I said, I went down to the pub one day and I thought about it. Oh yeah, I do not know the words, I don't know what to say, but the feel is sort of happy because it's major over major. Now let's say I said, you know, that is just the cheesiest little sound. I want something to really get down. Now, on these fretted instruments, this is a D. I can just take my D major scale and I can slide it up, and now I'm playing a D minor scale. Now, listen to my D minor, pentatonic and blues over this. It sounds mean. Now we're going to come to the other instruments in a second, but I want you to notice I can play a lick. This is D minor, D, because of this instrument. This is D major. Now watch me play this lick in D major, happy. Again. Sounds kind of happy. Watch me play that same lick, same, but here. Sorry. Yeah. Happy. That's a major solo over a major set of chords. And if I don't do that, that is, so I can, in a bluesy sound, I can go from a major, I can put a major solo, again, we're mostly talking about pentatonic and blues, but major orientation, the solo is major over major chords, or I can do a minor over the minor chords. Now let me grab the saxophone, I suppose. would be the thing to do. Just because I don't want you guys to think. Again, this applies to all of the instruments, all the sounds. It's not a certain, you know, oh my gosh, you know, it's only for the guitar. Oh my gosh, it's only for the saxophone. And here is a saxophone. No telling what this is going to sound like. And we're just going to ignore the fact. I mean, I'm going to transpose, but we're going to ignore the fact that we're transposing. Just trying to get this instrument out here. So it'd be like, hey man, this works on all. It worked on the piano. There's a piano over here. It's actually plugged in, and I can get it on camera too. But I meant to use it when we were talking about other stuff, but I forgot. So let's see. I'm gonna have to get away from you. This is what I was looking for. Alright, now, just by the way, for this horn, this is in the key of B. So here's my B major pentatonic. That's not going to work. The same scale. Let's see how loud that is. That's the same scale. And I think this will work. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I can do this too. Okay. So anyway, the point is, this is a D major scale, concert major they call it. So, but it's then make it a minor. Now let's hear this solo. This is over D, and I'm going to do the D major, pentatonic and blues. To hear this is a friendly sound. Let's listen to that for a minute. Just the pentatonic. It's hard to not add things. So that's just the major pentatonic. Here's the blues. But it sounds kind of friendly. It sounds kind of like, hey, yeah, we're all having a good time. Now I say, no, enough of that. We got to get down. We got to really do it. So I'm going to do the D minor. What's written on the sheet? What I want you to notice is it immediately sounds mean, aggravated, angry, or tough. You know, doesn't have to be that negative. What am I playing? All right, now, because this is just the preface, because what I'm trying to get at right now is that we have three kinds of songs. Now, gross generalization. We have happy songs, which are major solos or major melody over major chords. We have sad songs, minor solos over minor chords. And we have bluesy that are minor solo over major chords, or dominant 7 chord, or major or minor, doesn't matter. So when I'm trying to get you, again, so like you would hear that guy's getting down, that sounds really aggressive. And a lot of times, all that is, or what that is, what you would do to replicate that is, I'm going to begin to solo in the parallel minor. This is a song in G. I'm going to do G minor. This is a song in A. I'm going to do A minor, pentatonic and blues over, and it's going to come out in this bluesy way. Okay, so now we're going to listen to some songs real quick, and I want you to tell me what is this song? Here's a song. And what would you say this song is in terms of, is it major over major, happy, minor over minor, sad, or a bluesy sound? what is it? Major over major, minor over minor, or bluesy minor or major over major. So it's got a lot of minor in it, but you see the overall feel is, let's see what key it's in. So it's a major over major. Here's a G scale. It's a saxophone. Won't quite sound great on this. I gotta change it for you. Just say I said, oh, it's minor. I'm gonna get down, get tough. So I'm gonna do G minor, and just want you to hear how it won't work. Here's my E. I mean my G. But the rest of it, what we did on the other song, the song right in front of it, worked great. Doesn't work on this song because this song is committed to major solo over major chord. Now, let's see about this one. Now, depending on where your ear is, you would immediately hear that and say, oh my gosh, that's a blues, which is great. Or you could say, well, let me try the major. This is in G. For me, it's a B flat. It's concert B flat. And for me, it's in the key. So here's G pentatonic blues. G pentatonic. Please excuse my read. Blue note. This is all major blues. Notice how it sounds kind of happy. Now let's try the minor blues. Minor, stay on the minor. Major. Sorry. So sorry. Minor. Gonna sound angry suddenly. Happy again. Let's be happy now. All right, now I'm gonna switch instruments again. Get away from that squeaking saxophone. My gosh. Just do this real quick, and I'll probably do the rest on this instrument just to keep them having to change anymore. But here's what key are we in? B flat. Yeah. So again, major, minor. See how that means suddenly? Nah, that's for the later. All right, so anyway, orientation, because all we're getting at, major over major, happy, minor over minor, sad, minor over major in the blues or dominant seven. Lots and lots of rock songs are rock, blues rock, and a lot of jazz songs too. And for those, you can go major or minor, parallel major, D minor, A minor. Pentatonic and blues, it'll sound cool. You can switch back and forth. Depends, there's certain You'll notice if it sounds bad. If you go to the minor, doesn't sound good, go back to the major. Stay on the major, doesn't sound good, go to the minor. Parallel minor, same minor. Okay. Now, what I was trying to get to was not this. This poor microphone. He was betrayed by the saxophone, the squeaker saxophone. So anyway, now here's our patterns in front of us, and so what I'm going to get to, I'm going to get rid of these patterns. Yes, I am, because right now we're trying to kind of get away from, for a minute, from our scales. Let's just say we knew no scales, and here's things that we would do to make a great solo, an interesting solo, exciting solo, without necessarily being able to play fast or whatever. And there's different concepts. And again, famous people use these concepts. This is basically compositional concepts, because all the music is about tension and resolution. It's about, I expected that and I got it, and I expected I didn't get it. You know, and that moving around of, he played so fast, he played so slow, he played down low, he played up high, he switched around. That is what pulls people in. So we want to cash in on that. And so I'm just reading you a list. It's just my own list, this other list, of things you can vary. Just speaking them out, saying, so you can go fast and slow. I'm saying changes within a solo. You can go fast and slow. You can go high and low. That is, in your solo you can play change from suddenly to be interesting. You can play long notes, and we're gonna look at all these things. And so now, if you've got an instrument, again, you should have that out to be able to ad lib with this. And I'm going to try to construct it so like this, but probably we're just going to pick some songs and solo with them. And I don't have anything specific, because the whole thing I was wanting to do is to be able to hop around and just kind of see what happened at the time. And so I don't see anything written specifically here to go to a certain song. And since I don't, I'm going to not do that. Okay, so let's listen to, this is sort of random. So this song is in C. So it's kind of pop or 70s. So here's a C, here's the full C major scale. This is an A. The chart says it's in C. That's why that's a mistake. Here, and let's see how loud this is. Too loud. Here's the major scale. Okay, now, so let's say I'm going to look at other, so things, so we can repeat notes, repeat an idea. So let's say if I went, go, I didn't know it was going to be there. Stop the music. And whatever we do as a trick, it has a time, it's going to, like, how long will it last? I can't just do that every song, all songs, because people kind of like, it's a magician. You get the trick. Oh, he's just repeating a phrase. So in this case, I went 2 notes, a rhythm. I repeated that, And then I sequenced it. That is, I just did the same. That's fine if I do that. That time I turned it around, inverted it, the end, instead of going, I went up. I added a harmony. And I don't care about this instrument. This is we're talking about adlib. This could be on anything, be on a violin. Okay, now, so we can contrast rhythmic levels. We're going to tend to play at a certain speed, and I don't mean like, I mean we're going to tend to go, for example, it'd be natural to go. So I'm mostly not trying to, but kind of naturally, you know, on eighth notes. So after I've done that for a while, I should switch. So I go, let's something like. Now I'm going to go. So now I'm adding contrast because I am suddenly changing where I'm playing. I've been playing around this area. The pitches within on the guitar, the pitches can change 2 octaves if I go this way. But if I do this, I can get another octave. So instead of just staying here, I moved up. So I changed back instead of just going up. So what happens when we play a reasonable length of time is that, again, we're telling a story, and at some point, like I already said, people get used to our tricks. They get used, oh, he's going to go up, oh, he's going to go down, oh, he's going to change this way. And so we're trying to find things that tell our story, create tension, create resolution in ways that we love, but then it also grips our listener. Now, another thing we can do is chromaticism. I'm going to switch songs because I don't want y'all just thinking. I don't know what a lot of these songs sound like. I mean, I don't mean I never heard them. I just mean I don't remember. Yeah. And then one thing you got to do, we were talking about earlier, flavors. It's like, what is this song like? It's kind of ethereal, kind of thoughtful. And I don't remember if there's a kind of, if it jumps out of it. Okay. So I was repeating that little phrase. Forget the instrument. He repeated the phrase. So now I'm going to do sequence the phrase. Now I repeated the phrase, sequenced the phrase, did the same, but I changed the rhythm. So it was going. I changed the time. And we go like, oh, I don't mean anybody's going like, my God, how did he do it? I just mean it's just like, you can't pin me down, you know, is what we kind of want our good soloists to be like. Is we can't quite eliminate, oh yeah, I know. And you could say music or music that is boring or useless is when we know what's going to happen. We can predict what's going to happen. And we can do, now chromaticism is the idea. I'm going to go, what key is this? E flat. So I was going to go to this note, but I hit. a guitar player might. So I'm just saying, I'm approaching these notes by the note a half step lower and sliding up to the note. Is that better? Is that required? No, it's just an interesting thing to do. I'm going to flip back over to the flute, and I think because like I said, I'm trying to make this is about improvising, not about a certain song or instrument. It's that pretty sound. Let's see what else is here. I have no idea what this sounds like. Oh, there we go. That's good. Kind of popped up a little bit. All right. Now, another concept, which is a great concept, I don't want to belittle it in any sense, but in jazz playing, which is good, is that it's like, okay, chord tones. The A minor 7 is happening, hit the got A, C, E, G, hit those, and my gosh, you're nailing it. And that's true, very true. Those are the chording instruments are playing these chords. And it's a good thing to target for, but it's not obligatory, and I think it has made a lot of jazz soloing in the last 30 years very predictable. It's kind of, anyway. So, and let's see. Yeah. So the letter names, like it is, what I'm saying is we would like to know all the notes in the scale, the B scale with the 5 sharps, F, C, G, and D, and A. But if you don't, a chord is made of thirds. You play a note, you skip a note, you play a note, you skip a note, you play a note, you skip a note. So a 7 chord is the 1, 3, 5, 7. So every D 7 chord. Well, it's a D flat major 7, it's a D7, it's a D sharp diminished. It's got a D, it has no E, it has an F, it has no G, it has an A, it has no B, and it has a C. D, F, A, C. Now, yes, some of those are supposed to be sharp, some of those are supposed to be flat, and you can figure it out and learn it. But in the short term, in the interim, you can say, play some kind of F, play some kind of D, play some kind of A, play some kind of C, and I'm going to be covered. I'm going to be hitting some of these important notes. Now, let me just do that real quick, and I'm fixing to stop. Don't everybody cry. So let's get back to this. It starts on A minor chord, so A, C, E, and G. So I'm going to just use those for a minute, and then they're going to go to F, F, A, C, E. Notice these are thirds. Okay, you just want to get on this. Just want to get some of these chord tones in here. F. A again. F. G. C. Now, and notice that sounded pretty good. It sounded pretty like, yeah. I hear the chords, the chording instruments are playing these chords. He's hitting them. I just want to introduce quickly another concept, and that is less consonant sounds, yet in the realm of consonants. So I just said 7 chord is 1, 3, 5, 7. So there's 7 notes in the scale, 1, 3, 5, 7. So that means we left out 2, we left out 4, and we left out 6. So if we play those notes, depending, some of them won't sound so good, but especially the 2 and the 6, and let's listen to the 2. So I'm just saying A chord's happening. What's the two? It's just one letter, right? It's just A to B. So I'm going to play a B for a little bit. When I get to the F, I'm going to play a G. G, A, F, G. So just notice that this sounds cool, but it's not quite as predictable. I don't mean I'm uncovered some secret. I just mean it's one of the things people will do. Let's get rid of that sound. All right, here we go. So A, I'm going to go A, and then there's the B. Here's the 6. There's the F. That's a G. Here's a C, and I'm playing a D. D. B. B. G. B. G. A. D. So right there, I was just kind of hitting on the 2, and all it does, it produces a mild amount of attention, just a mild amount of you know, you don't go, that sounds bad. You kind of go, well, that, yeah, but then it's not quite obvious. Now, if you're working on these things, you should pick one of the concepts, and there's so many concepts on this list, and there's just so many people saying so many things that I just, didn't know what to respond. I just picked some of them, but you would pick one of the ideas, and you would just kind of mess with a lot, and hopefully in songs that don't change a lot, the long time on a certain chord or a few chords, and so you feel like you got time to figure out stuff. And then of course it's really good after you've done that for 5 or 10 minutes working on a concept. Then you just try soloing some and just get some ideas and just see what happens. So okay, I'm Mark Black. This is Dallas Music Lessons, Promethean Studios. Mark teaches music. This is our winter seminars, music seminars. This one is about something about adlibbing. Let's see what it's called. Step-by-step master these simple improvisational tools and your skills soar. Yes, and probably took too long on the scales, but a lot of people don't know that, so I had to hit it. So and then we had to think about major over major is happy, minor over minor is sad, minor and major over major, bluesy, aggressive, and so think about that. Okay, I'll see you guys. Y'all have a great something, something soon. This is my frozen smile.